Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, and gents, got a little bit of something we're going to talk about today. You see, isn't that a cute little puppy? It's just so cute. I think it's a Labradorby. You know, everybody like Labradorbies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let our Jeffrey Osborne. You know, we played that in the last video. Hey, Jeff, I'm sorry, bruh. You know what you mean to me, but we're going to do Stephanie. And I know you don't mind if we move you on out of the way to listen to Stephanie talking about how good she feels all over. Okay? This is my song. But every song is your song. You better believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got something we're going to talk about for a second. I need to show y'all something. Let me show you something. California Law Review. I pulled that up. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is from the district court. You see how they put this single name up here? But here they put all the other names. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there was a ton of names up here, but they just want to put, and you see how they put Eon in all caps? But then down here, they put Eon in lowercase caps. Let me explain to y'all. And then they talk about pro se, and they said he made an appearance. Excuse me? Oh, by the way, it was a sealed opinion. Excuse me? Why you want to seal it? Now, let me explain to you what he did, y'all. Now, I know I ain't showed this to y'all before. We taking care of it, all right? So don't worry about it. Pro se plaintiff, Eon, or the plaintiff, has brought a quad tam action. Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't just a quad tam action. Now, watch and see what it says. On behalf of the defrauded homeowners of America, DOA, the trust interest holders, yeah, all of you trust interest holders of those so-called securitization trusts that are being traded over the market, yeah, on behalf of all of you. The United States, no, I did not say the United States, I said United States of America. Do you see this? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all saw the suit. I don't do the United States. I'm sorry. Woo! Oh, I'm sorry. Let me explain to you where I get the F the United States, because apparently Trump has a bumper. See? Ford Trump bumper sticker stirs up controversy in Texas. What, they don't like Fords? Look, it's a Ford Trump, an F Trump bumper sticker. Like the F-150 and the F-250 and the F-350. Well, this is the F-Trump 50. Okay? That's right, I said it. Anyway, the Defendants Federal Reserve Board, see, they put their name there, Federal Reserve, and those 1 through 2000, those. Collectively, the defendants allege inter alia violations of the False Claims Act. Ladies and gentlemen, we weren't just doing the False Claims Act, but notice what he says. Everything there is to know, and yet you never cease to amaze me. Cease to amaze me. Anyway, the main reason I live is because you make me feel good. Ladies and gentlemen, the plaintiff filed this action under seal on August 30th, 2017. Yeah, it took us 3 weeks. They were interfering. The plaintiff at no point served the government. Ladies and gentlemen, how did that happen? I gotta stop moving. Okay. He says the plaintiff at no time served the government. That's a lie. And we're going to give that idiot another copy of the proof of service. And then a certified copy of the proof of service. Okay? According to the procedural requirements set out in 31 U.S.C. 3730, based on the fact and conclusion set forth below, this action is sua sponte, dismissed with prejudice. Basically, it means the judge did it on his own, without any prompting by anybody else, without any hearing. So apparently, he says that I made an appearance. I guarantee you, I ain't never making no appearance. Oh, did they put my zip code exempt? Oh, there you go. All right, let's get back to this. Sweet things you do to me. Oh, yes. I love me, y'all. Pursuant to 31 U.S.C., a private person may bring a civil quantum action on behalf of the government. You better believe I was using that portion of the statute. provides that bringing such an action, a copy of the complaint and a written disclosure of substantially all material evidence and information the person possesses shall be served on the government pursuant to Rule 4I of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. The complaint shall be filed in camera. Gotta get right here. And shall remain under seal for at least 60 days and shall not be served on the defendants until the court so orders. The government may elect to intervene and proceed in the action within 60 days after it receives both the complaint and material evidence of information. Further, Rule 4I provides, in relevant part, United States, to serve the United States, a party must deliver a copy of the summons and the complaint to the United States Attorney for the district where the action is brought, or to an assistant United States Attorney or clerical employee of the United States Attorney designate in a written file with the court clerk, or send a copy of each by registered or certified mail to a civil process clerk at the United States Attorney's Office. Send a copy of each by registered or certified mail to the Attorney General of the United States of Washington, D.C., or if the action challenges an order of a non-party agency or officer of the United States, send a copy of each by registered or certified mail to the agency or officer. Agency, corporation. Agency, corporation, officer, employee sued in official capacity. Nobody's being sued in official capacity. Oh, because he's not mentioning that. All right, let's go on. Plaintiffs have not served the government with the complaint or any other information pertaining to the present claim. He is a liar. We served them. As I told you, we were waiting for them to respond. We were getting ready to put together a motion, letting them know that we were extending the response time. Okay? But then we got this in the mail. Case law in this circuit establishes that adheres to the statutory filing requirements is crucial. Indeed, the failure to follow these rules incurably frustrates the statutory purposes underlying these requirements. Incurably? Of course you can cure it. And warrants dismissal with prejudice. It's a 1995 case, dismissing an action with prejudice for failure to file under seal and serve the government. So that's why he dismissed with prejudice. Now we show proof that the government was served. Party pursuing statutory remedy must comply with all the procedures of statutory mandates. Congress created the filing requirements to allow the government an adequate opportunity to fully evaluate the private enforcement suit and determine both if the suit involves matters the government is already investigating or whether it is in the government's interest to intervene or take over the civil action. Thank you. Congressional objection was to prevent defendants from having to answer complaints without knowing whether the government or relator would pursue the litigation. I'm the relator. Okay? Get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, come true. I was lost. Now I'm free. According to quantum action must be dismissed with prejudice where a party bringing a claim has not adhered to the statutory filing requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, we filed everything. Finding that it is an abuse of discretion for the lower court to dismiss a quantum lawsuit without prejudice. Aren't you enjoying this? Failure to file a quantum complaint under seal required dismissal with prejudice as to the plaintiff. While much of the case law addresses the scenario in which a relator either failed to file under seal or failed both to file under seal and serve the government, the crucial question is whether the party bringing the claim has betrayed the policy considerations underlying the requirements. In this case, the plaintiff's failure to serve the government means that the government has not been afforded an adequate opportunity to fully evaluate the private enforcement suit and to decide whether to intervene or take civil action. Accordingly, this case is dismissed with prejudice. Furthermore, pro se plaintiff, nobody is coming pro se. I specifically told him I was a relator. Says it right there on the complaint. Pro se complainant may not bring a quantum action under the False Claims Act. Okay, quantum action is brought on behalf of or in the name of the government. While the government remains the real party of interest, I brought it on behalf of the government. let me show you how they know. People, when you get this junk from judges, don't go by what they're saying, because I brought a personal suit on behalf of the Defrauded Homeowners of America, for which I told the court I was representing more than 20 million people, and a majority of those people had given me power of attorneys, and I have a copy of the power of attorneys. And what we're going to do is, if they want to play, we'll send a copy of all of the power of attorneys, because we'll have each one of you guys produce a power of attorney. Those of you who are involved in the Defrauded Homeowners of America lawsuit, we have you send a power of attorney to the appeals court. But we don't think we're going to be needing the appeals court, but we are following this through all the way. We're not playing, okay? This is just me letting you guys know. I want to keep you informed on what's going on with the lawsuit. So let's go on down to Congress created the following requirements to allow the government. No, we already went over that. Let's go right here. Furthermore, brings the quad time lawsuit. Let's see. Because pro se litigants can only act on their own behalf and not for the benefit of any other party of interest unless they have a power of attorney and unless they're acting as an attorney, private attorney general. What's a private attorney general? Well, let's go to the California Law Review. This is not the main one, but this is just one, so that you guys will understand what a private attorney general is. This is called the Private Attorney General Doctrine. It says important rights and the Private Attorney General Doctrine. The Private Attorney General Doctrine gives courts the discretion to award attorney's fees to a party who vindicates a right that benefits a large number of people. Whoa, wait a minute, there you go. More power to the people. Because I know, wait, let me make sure that we qualified under that, because y'all know me. I cover all bases. Let me see if we did a large number of people. Let me see. The trust interest holders, the defrauded homeowners of America. Man, that sounds like a broad range of people, don't it? Looks like we done covered that base, so don't ever go by what these stupid judges say. Okay? It gives the court the discretion, and it says large number of people, requires private enforcement, and is the societal importance. Ladies and gentlemen, the banks are defrauding, the Federal Reserve is defrauding people. Of course it's of societal importance. Of the three criteria, the last requirement has been the most troublesome. Why? Societal importance. Whether it affects society as a whole. Of course that will be troublesome. Specifically, what is an important right? In order to decide which rights are important, all rights are important. What they talking about? Every right is an important right. The courts have been inclined to engage in vague and substantive inquiries, leaving to contours of private attorney general doctrine largely undefined. There you go. It's not really defined. As a result, application of the doctrine has been unpredictable. The paradigm private attorney general case, a party bringing suit to enforce the right left unenforced by ordinary enforcement mechanisms of the political process by awarding attorney fees. Got to go back to this right here so I can move up. Let's see. By awarding attorneys fees for the enforcement of some rights but not others, the courts applying the doctrine is in effect reordering public policy priorities, establishing the political process through the creation of judicial incentives for the enforcement of such unenforced rights. The court ordering these priorities will by definition be different from ordering established by the political process. If the orderings were the same, there would have been no need for private enforcement. Under this characterization, its actions, the court task is to articulate standards for review of the political process, ordering public policy priorities. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this straight so that we all get this. The Private Attorney General Doctrine provides for the enforcement of public rights through the use of private lawsuits, as opposed to through public lawsuits brought by the Attorney General. The incentive for a private lawsuit is to award the attorney's fees following successful enforcement of a litigated right. The doctrine is an exception to the general American rule under which each party bears its own legal expenses, including attorney's fees. Under the private attorney general doctrine, the prevailing attorney's fees are borne by the opposing party. Under the English rule, the prevailing party regularly recovers attorney's fees as part of its costs. The doctrine is part of both federal and California law, and at the federal level, the doctrine receives significant common law acceptance before being invalidated by Pipeline Service Company by Wilderness Society, 1975. See, the federal level, the doctrine received significant common law acceptance before being invalidated. In California, the doctrine exists initially as state common law, surviving the impact of that particular decision. Alyeska. There you go. Alyeska, not ye with a Y, but an I. Alyeska. Anyway, decision. The doctrine has been statutorily codified. And in this particular case, 1977, attorney's fees, let me get rid of that because I don't need that. Take her for a ride. Make it be. Everything's fine. The comments focusing on this paradigm case where the defendant is the state agency and the plaintiff is a party seeking attorney's fees. For a discussion of variation of the paradigm case, see McDormand versus Rothschild, the Supreme Court of California, 1976-1977, forward, private attorney general rule and the public interest litigation in California. Okay, not going to go over this whole thing because that's not what this is for. This video is just to let you guys know the decision of this particular Judge Sweet DJ. Okay, this jockey. Okay, let's go down to the bottom so you guys can see that that was the end of this particular decision by this person. And according to his, now he did not say that this was a frivolous filing or that someone failed to state a claim by which relief may be granted. He purposely didn't cover that because we used the same wording as the Attorney General used in their lawsuit. So if he would have said that with our case, he knew that I would automatically, because I'd already said I would do that. I put it in the documentation. The district has an inherent power to dismiss a case sua sponte if it determines that the action is frivolous or the court lacks jurisdiction over the matter. Okay, and because a pro se plaintiff cannot proceed as a relator in a qua tam case because the court may dismiss it. See, they came up with that pro se litigant. I'm not a pro se litigant. Okay, what they are trying to say is because I didn't list myself as oh yes, I did list myself as a private attorney general. Dismissing qua tam action, sui spunante, that tastes pretty good. Where the pro se plaintiff serves as a relator. I'm not pro se. And what I've done is I can't tell you guys everything that I'm doing because, see, that's what's killing us. Okay? Now, he was supposed to have made this. We didn't receive this until a couple of days ago. So we're going to be doing a reconsideration motion. And I can't tell you everything we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what's getting me in trouble by putting this stuff out there, because that's allowing them to nitpick, which is why you see he didn't cover any of the things I told you I had already addressed, except for all that junk that he's trying to say there that he didn't understand. We're going to take care of Mr. Robert W. Sweet. I might just start calling him Sweat. Okay, for the following reasons, the plaintiff's complaint is dismissed with prejudice. It is so ordered. He's not being mean, ladies and gentlemen. If you notice, nothing in here was mean. He was looking for a way out. And he got the way out by claiming that we didn't serve the papers on the opposing party, which is a lie. And I have the documentation showing that it was served on the opposing party. Distant lover! Lover! Ladies and gentlemen, Marvin Gaye in the background. And we're going to cut this video short. So this is another update on the Defrauded Homeowners of America lawsuit. And do not think that this is our only bullet in our arsenal. We're not just using guns, people. We're using missiles, tomahawks, and rockets, and torpedoes, and phasers, and lasers. We're using everything. Kitchen sink, knives, spoons, forks, and we're using tables and chairs and water bottles and pencils and pens and chessboards and chess pieces. And sorry, don't need to give you everything. But that's what we're doing. We're going to use everything at our disposal to get their attention. Okay? I just can't tell you where we're headed. I just will tell you that we're in this for the long haul. And my job is to get on their nerves enough to get their attention. With that being said, I'm going to let all of you get to your day. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. And we will talk the next time. Goodbye, everyone.